Hi there, my name is Phil Higgins and welcome to the Ventures Onsite News Update for the second week of July 2020. Well, in the news this week, we take a closer look at the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to gain an understanding of the current market conditions as we reel from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. On July the 21st, Ventures Onsite will host a webinar with industry leaders to dig deeper and try and understand both the challenges and the opportunities ahead for the construction sector. Well, growth in Saudi Arabia has been fueled by the oil sector for the past 20 years. And so we ask the question, will the growth for the Saudi 2030 vision continue at the same pace? Or has the COVID-19 pandemic, oil price reduction, and oil output reduction change the plans and expectations? Well, the IMF, in its latest update released in June 2020, announced that the Saudi Arabia's GDP will shrink by 6.8% this year as lower crude prices and the coronavirus situation battle Middle East economics. Well, the IMF projected a drop of 2.3% in its previous release in April. Saudi's budget deficit will more than double from last year to hit 11.4% of gross domestic product, but is expected to moderate to 5.6% of the GDP in 2021. The IMF kept its oil projections almost the same as in April at $36 per barrel. Well, the kingdom has already resorted to austerity measures, budget cuts, scrapping a cost of living allowance to civil servants, and tripling its value-added tax to 15% from July this year. So we see signs of tightening to the Saudi Arabia economy for the short term at least. Clearly, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has a future, but how quickly will we return to normal post-COVID-19? Or will it be a new normal platform for the construction sector? Well, these are some of the questions that we will explore in our coming webinar. But market slowdown doesn't mean that all activity has stopped. Construction sites remain open and there is positive news for new projects being awarded. Well, in the news this week, the American engineering firm Aecom confirmed it had been awarded a project management consultancy for Saudi Arabia's $500 billion Neom gigaproject. Aecom said its multi-year contract covered phase 1 and was part of the Neom Bay, which is being developed in the northwest Saudi Arabia region within the Neom Zone. Aecom said it had been contracted to provide project management, contract administration, technical and environmental support, and site supervision services for the design and construction of phase 1 of the 45-kilometre square Neom Bay project. Phase 1 of Neom Bay will feature residential, leisure, retail, commercial and entertainment units. Commenting on the contract, Aecom Arabia's President and Chief Executive Officer Ian Langsey said that we are delighted that Neom has chosen Aecom to drive the delivery of this significant project. He said the award is testament to our integrated offer, global reach and local knowledge, as well as a strong leadership commitment globally to pursue large programs of work in Saudi Arabia. Well, also in the news from Neom, the US headquartered Air Products and Chemicals signed an accord with Saudi-based ACWA Power International and the Kingdom's planned futuristic city of Neom to develop a $5 billion hydrogen-based ammonia plant powered by renewable energy. The project is to be located at Neom and will produce ammonia for export, according to a statement. Well, the venture is to be equally owned by the three partners and is scheduled to begin operating in 2025. The project will integrate more than 4 gigawatts of renewable power, including solar and wind-generated electricity, to produce 1.2 million tons per year of ammonia, according to the statement. It will also produce nitrogen and 650 tons of hydrogen per day. Well, the first phase of Saudi Arabia's mega Red Sea project will see the development of 16 luxury hotels, 11 island resorts, and 2 inland resorts, as tweeted by the Red Sea Development Company. The first phase will have 3,000 rooms, entertainment facilities, as well as an international airport. The company expects to welcome tourists by the end of 2022. Well, crude oil production resumed early in July at the Wafra oil field, shared by Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. After a 5-year halt, the Wafra and Khafji oil fields are located in the neutral zone on the boundary of the two countries. Well, Saudi Arabia's Chevron SAC, which jointly operates the Wafra oil field with Kuwait Gulf Oil Company AGOC, said in a statement in June that the two companies were making preparations to resume operations. Production also resumed on Monday at another shared oil field, Khafji, on July the 1st, after a 1-month halt. Well, production is expected to reach 175,000 barrels per day from the Khafji oil field by the end of the year. And so we see both challenge and opportunity for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And to understand more, we will be hosting a webinar on the 21st of July to ask the question, will KSA lead the market recovery for the GCC region? Well, joining us for this webinar will be Iwa Yuzchek, Senior Associate Director of Benoy, Julio De La Rosa, the Middle East Business Development Director for Acciona, Haytham Saladin, the Chief Executive Officer at Kobani Construction Group, Rick Hopper, the Director of Operations in Saudi Arabia for Aecom, and Richard Stratton, Partner and Managing Director for the MENA region at Condal. And you'll find a link in the description below so that you can register for this event. Well, some other major news outside of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Dubai Electricity and Water Authority DEWA last week issued tenders for the construction of the Hasyan Pumping Station Phase 1, including all electromechanical works, and the construction of a 30 MIG water reservoir in Hadda. Both tenders have until 2020 for submission. Well, the UAE headquartered ASGC secured its second infrastructure project, the investment area in Egypt's new administration capital. The investment area will comprise facilities and systems servicing the district, which will host the private sector developers, including the majority of the upscale community compounds within the heart of the new administrative capital. ASG's scope of works includes water and irrigation networks, sewage systems, electrical networks, and road paving. Well, the Kuwait Company for Process Plant Construction and Contracting announced in a statement that it has secured a housing project works contract worth $14.27 million. Well, KCPC will construct, complete and maintain the asphalt works at the Sabha Al Hamad City, Sector B. The project duration will be 430 days. Well, that's it for this week. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to our channel and register for our webinar on the 21st of July. Well, we hope this news update helps you stay informed so you stay competitive. My name's Phil Higgins and this is Ventures Onsite Live.